Okay, now we're ready. uh, Oop, I stopped my V. Hey Mo. Hey Samantha. I know I look super duper tired, so I do apologize in advance. But the focus is not me tonight. The focus is the gentlemen's, and they will be joining us shortly. Greetings and welcome, everybody. Blend with Lexi, what's going on? So this is three guys and a girl, hosted by myself, Slim Stay Schemin', Val from dating underscore Gen YZ, and of course from the mind of Mr. L. So we have a with y'all's. So we're just gonna get everybody rolled in. Hi. Oh, look at this. My fellas are here. My guys are present. What's going on?
What's good? What's going on?
How's
Good
everything?
evening. Good evening.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Okay, so of course we talked earlier, and Mr. L is going to be a little bit late because he's doing the big uncle thing. So we're going to get started without him. Of course, we talked about our discussion order and all that kind of stuff. Already introduced the group. This is, and we are going live. Hey Nick, Erotic Boudoir, what's going on? Welcome everybody who's joined the live. We have some great topics to cover tonight. So this week we did things a little bit different. I didn't let the guys know what the questions are going to be, so they're going to be blindsided.
Suspense.
Suspense.
I promise you, all right. I wouldn't throw you under the bus completely, but there's some questions that make you think a little bit, so you're not really prepared. But of course it is. So I don't know if we should wait till Mr. L joins to discuss the video and maybe tackle one of the other topics first.
We could do that.
Okay, but before we do all that, introductions, my guys, introductions. Slim, why is your background so dark, Star? You're already dark. There's no light. Wagwan. We want to see the pretty. Come show the chocolate. Get two lights.
You're going to make me rotate my screen. You're fucking up my boom boom room a little bit.
Yeah, we're not doing no boom boom tonight. Come, turn the lights on, please. In the meantime, while you get that going, hi, sir. Turn up the lights, please.
I got you. 1 second.
Mr. Val, Mr. Dating Gen YZ, come tell the people who you are. Wait, Val, are you Jamaican background?
I am not. I am Haitian.
So, is there somebody Jamaican in your family?
Nobody. No.
Okay. So I tech Foss and I went and I watched your wedding video and you guys are doing some kind of thunderclap and some kind of rockaway business. I'm like, what, brother? But you're from a Caribbean island, so it's all love. It's all the same.
I'll take that. We have big respect for dancehall.
So, Mr. Slim Stay Schemin', what's up, Guan? Introduce yourselves to the people so that everybody knows who you are.
Once again, it's the Slim Stay Schemin'. Anybody who's here again from 2 weeks ago, we appreciate it. We love you. We love the support. I'm representing 973 Vibes all day. Holla at me. Check us out. YouTube, Spotify, Amazon, Audible, the whole 9 yards. Get at it.
Nice. It's a little bit dark in your background. You're giving people like the sex vibe, the red light special.
Yeah.
Vibe. I don't know if that's what we're here for. It's Wednesday.
So AJ, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Next week I gotta change my lighting up, but right now ain't too much I could do with it. You know what I'm saying? But I got you.
All right. And Mr. Val, Mr. Haitian Creation, Calm with the Nation. You like them lyrics, right? Yeah.
I like them. Good evening, everyone. The name is Val. So I represent Dating for Millennials and Gen Z. You can find me on Instagram, Dating for Gen YZ. And the mission is to try to help millennials and Gen Z cultivate the healthy relationships that they deserve.
I love that. My guys. And of course, I'm Agent Badass Jones, the host of the Pum Pum Chronicles podcast. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares. All that stuff. So everyone's link is down below. If you guys are not following the guys, please make sure that you do like, subscribe, share, support everything that they're doing. They're absolutely amazing, absolutely fabulous. And we are going to, there we go. I have the questions for you.
I know you come out the gate hard. Come on. Come out the gate swinging.
Okay. So my first question, which is interesting because you got the single man's perspective and the married man's perspective. Okay? Can dating a particular type of person raise your stock?
When you say raise my stock, what you mean for the next person? Like raise my standard or?
No, like raise your outward appearance, raise your dateability. So like, so I'll give you a scenario. So suppose like, last year you were dating and, she wasn't like the cutest. Not that we really care about looks, because if you like a person, you like a person. But she had like a bad reputation. And when people see you with her, they're like, ew, I would never date him if he was single. But then fast forward to this year now, you have a pretty girl, she have a good job, she have a good reputation, her body sexy, and now you're the envy of the neighborhood. Does dating a particular type of person change the quality of your stock?
I mean, ideally, I would like to think it should. It should not. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, it's not a perfect world, and not everybody has such a blessed heart as myself and Val. So,
you're talking about, you know what Val's gonna say. Don't talk on behalf of Val. Nobody might not agree with you. You stay there. Don't talk for Val.
Yeah, I mean, ideally, I don't. For me, no. You know what I mean? Now, I may look at somebody who I may feel like it's not of their caliber, and I may question, like, what attracted to you or what brought you to this, or, I may do that. And really, it's not. I'm asking just for my own curiosity, because nobody owes anybody any explanations. But, I would be curious, like, you know what I mean? Is the boom boom that good? Is she smart? Is she breaking you off? Like, what is it? You know what I mean?
Would you look at the person differently if it was somebody that you might not particularly date for yourself, or that you thought was maybe questionable?
Yeah, I would. Now, here's what I say. I'm not going to judge you. I'm just going to ask the question. I'm just going to ask the question flat out, especially if you my mans in them. I'm just going to ask the question straight out. Like, yo, X, Y, and Z, or she ain't got this going on, or she has this going on. You know what I'm saying? You sure? Just to make sure you good. Because if you don't know, maybe I could put you on or whatever. But, if you, concrete, look, nah, Slim, I got this. I know what I'm doing. Then, hey, man, you like it, I love it, bro. You know what I mean? It's my motto.
And Mr. Val, what is your thought on that? Does dating a particular person change the quality of your stock, raise it or lower it?
Yes, and it could do both. It could raise it and it could lower it. So I'm gonna say that I feel like it can raise it because you end up being with the individual who somewhat, let's say they have their life together, for whatever that looks like for them, they have their life together. You don't, you don't. So now you have this individual who is somewhat of a model that's going to make you want to raise your standards, raise your stock, to meet them where they're at, pretty much, to just be better and just to get to that level of whatever it means for you to be just on a higher level, vibrating higher, getting stuff done, making money, living the life that you want to live, whatever that looks like for you.
Right.
Now, like I said, too, it can lower your stock because you can be with somebody and they're not doing anything with their life at all. And you guys are just chilling around watching TV all day, not doing anything, just smoking, drinking, whatever it is. So definitely, I think depending on depending on who the individual is, that can definitely raise your stock, and especially can raise your stock for the potential next person. And I say the potential next person because sometimes that individual that you're with that's trying to lift you up, they get tired of trying to drag you up. You know what I mean? They get tired of dragging you up. They get tired of maybe you're not moving as fast as they would like you to. You know what I mean? Everybody has this time thing or whatever. Everybody's not on the same time. Let's be real. Not everybody's on the same time. So now you learned all these things from this certain individual that your next relationship will be so much better, so much greater. You can bring so much to it. You'll raise their stock. That's what I think.
I agree with you, but like for me, Val, you got a little bit of my background. Like because of what I went through in the past, it's actually limiting what I output in my future relationships. You know what I mean? It's limiting what I put out, and nothing against to the next party, just simply because I can't overextend myself anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not good for me. It ain't good. It must not be good for the person. You know what I mean? So for me, like, with my previous year, I raised my stock, but it taught me, you know, I teach everything like a lesson. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I move a little bit more cautiously as I progress. You know what I'm saying? Based off a bad investment or an investment that didn't, you know what I mean, yield what I thought it was going to yield. I'll say that.
I wanted to touch on something that Val had mentioned in terms of, so if it's a person, and I don't necessarily like to use the word stock, but I think it's relatable. If you're with someone who has less ambition than you, and you have said that sometimes you get tired of trying to drag the person up, trying to encourage and motivate the person, and so on and so forth. Do you think that sometimes people sabotage themselves by what they see is a person's potential? Does that make sense?
That makes
So
sense.
if you see somebody and you say like, oh my gosh, you're so smart, you're so creative, you're so artistic, you have all these talents, and you're just wasting your talents like you're not doing anything. And so it's like the person becomes obsessed with what they see as that person's potential if they would just apply themselves. And so now you find yourself in a situation where you're like Slim said, you're constantly motivating. You're constantly trying to push them. You're constantly trying to encourage them. You're constantly giving them advice. You're constantly. But then are you at fault for trying to date the person's potential versus dating the person where they're at?
I think that goes back to what we said a couple of weeks ago about representatives. You know, so sometimes you meet somebody's representative, and that could be a challenge. Like you said, sometimes it's up to that person, and if they're honest or not. You know, I think it could be a shared lane, because if I'm not coming in talking a good game, but you let's say you, AJ, see potential in me, but I'm not talking no game. I'm doing what I'm doing, just going through life. But you know I have potential, and that may be on you, because you knew at the time that I had no plan. I wasn't talking about nothing. But then there's the flip side of that, when you got jokers who talk a great game and I'm going to do X, Y, and Z and blah, blah, blah. And then you notice that, damn, you just talking. When you going to put that into action? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm a man. I was told to be a man of action. And at some point, you could talk all day. You know what I mean? Even when you go through sorrows, trials, tribulations, you could talk all day. But at some point, you got to get it moving now. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, no, I agree with Sam on that one. The only thing that I have to add to that is the fact of when you say you're dating potential, you're dating something that doesn't exist yet, you know? And I can't even say yet because you don't know if it's going to exist.
Right.
You don't know if it's going to be this person that's in front of you that you see the potential. You don't see that. It could be somebody completely different. You know what I mean? So it's tough. I do think people do sabotage themselves waiting for somebody to reach their potential. Especially if, like you said, AJ, if they don't have that same ambition. If they have ambition and they're moving, they're shaking, they're trying to do what they have to do every single day, then that's a little bit different. Yeah. But if it's somebody that's not doing anything, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time.
So Mr. Wright, Dr. Enright said a good, what did he say? Sorry. That's a lot of writing. Anthony O'Neill said something dope in a good interview he did. Date a person's potential, but also do their fruit, but also their fruit. If you see he has potential or he or she has potential, great. But if they aren't moving, act on their word, then leave them alone, basically. Which is Val, this is what Val just basically said, right? So you have to give yourself a time frame. I find personally, like people that I've encountered, like I know for me, like I've got a cutoff limit. Not to be a savage or anything, but you can't stay saddled to somebody that isn't moving and then get mad at the fact that they're not moving because you know they're not moving, they don't want to, they're comfortable. If somebody tells you that they're comfortable with their life and you keep pushing them, then you have no one but yourself to blame for staying in that situation when they've told you repeatedly, I'm good right here. I don't want to do anything other than this. But babe, you know, you could be so much more. I could, but I'm good right here. If you start hearing that message and what that person is saying to you, then you're at fault. You're sabotaging yourself, and then you have to take that burden of responsibility because that's no longer the person's problem. They've told you where they're at. It's now up to you to decide whether you're going to stay and let them be and meet them, like, you know, be where they're at, or don't.
Agreed. Absolutely.
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay, so there's a different question for y'all. Do you
Uh-oh.
think people should have a hoe phase before they settle down into a relationship?
Yes.
Val!
Oh, yeah, Val. So, Val, let
Yeah,
me ask you a question,
Val.
brother.
Val's like, let me calculate. How do I answer this responsibly? Come, Val.
Okay. All right. So everybody has their own definition about the whole face. All right. So we're gonna start off with that. I'm going to say, and I'm going to be very diplomatic about this. I think that you should do your due diligence and explore before settling down, because if you're trying to settle down with somebody and you start seeing what this person's doing, they're not settled down yet, but they're having sex with this person and that person, all that stuff, whatever, you might get it in your head like, crap, I'm missing out. I missed out.
Mm-hmm.
I chose to legit sit down and be right here. And I mean, depending on the situation, you could be happy, you could be mad, sad, whatever it is, but you're still looking at other people doing something that you wish that you was doing. So
Yeah.
I think that you should definitely do your due diligence, try to get that all out before you potentially miss out on your blessing.
Okay. Mr. Slim, what are your thoughts on that? Should people have a whole phase before they get married?
100%. I mean, I don't like to call it a whole phase, but I definitely think that you should.
What's a more decent way of saying it? What's a more palatable way of saying it?
I think you just date around. You should just date around. I'm sorry?
So do people still say that? I feel like I'm old when I say that. Sow your oats? Do people still say that?
Nah, they ain't never said that. I don't know what you're talking about, man.
First of all, don't be disrespectful. It came from somewhere. You don't need to go on that. Come on. We're family. We're people. Don't be like that.
I got
okay,
you, man.
So what do we call it then?
No, you're right. No, you're right. You're right. I mean, the whole phase is what I would call it. You know what I mean? The whole phase.
Okay.
But yeah, I think you should definitely date around freely as possible, because like you said, I mean, I learned, because if I'm with you, I'm gonna cohabitate with you. That's number one. And I learned that sometimes people talk again that they're ready for cohabitation, they're ready to live together and settle down. And like Val said, they see, especially in today's, with this platform that we're on Instagram, everybody can see everybody's doing in the moment. Half of it's bullshit. A lot of people don't. They take it as a reality on face value. So, yeah, I think you should definitely at least spread your wings a little bit. See what you like, see what you don't like. Because in my opinion, you may not even know what you really like. You know what I'm saying? You may like what I'm giving you right now because you're in an infatuation phase. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like I said, since day one, once you get past that infatuation phase, you gotta love me. You gotta love me when I wake up and my breath stink in the morning. You know what I mean? You guys. So like. Only in the morning. So, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you should definitely get your whole phase, see what you like, see what you don't like. I mean, I believe in exploring your sexuality as far as seeing, to get to know your body. I think that's all wrapped up in that phase right there. So by the time you get to where you need to be, you're good. You can tell them where to press.
Is that like press on the piercings? That kind of press?
No, I'm
asking.
Oh no, I'm a press on your clitoral button. Yeah.
Oh boy, really? Why are we going to talk about the button? Why? Why are we going to talk about the button? Okay, wait. So I want to ask something based on what you said. Okay. So I know for some people who are demisexual, they need to have, and we had talked about this before, needing to have some level of emotional connection with a person in order to be intimate with them.
Yeah, that's them too.
Yes, but just in terms of dating itself, do you think it's, and purely from your perspective, purely from your opinion, not a wide consensus, just what you think, do you think that it's better for people to date several people to get a feel, or pick one person at a time and focus their energies on one person at a time until they've decided that that person is either for them or not for them? Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Okay, so for me personally, I date like 3 to 4 people at a time, because I'm trying to see, like, there are 4 people that I know, 4 people that I'm interested in, but they may not all have like the same type of qualities. I'm very clear on, oh, Mr. L is in the room.
Yeah,
I don't know. Come send a request. I don't know how to find you. Okay. But for me, it's like I take my time with each person. I may not necessarily be intimate with all 4 people. I may be intimate with like only 2 out of the 4, but there are other qualities of the other people that I'm interested in and getting to know. And then I might weed it down to like 3 of them because one of them is whack and I'm no longer interested. Okay, here comes Mr. L. Hold on. There we go. I'm so bad at this. Okay. So for me, I like to date multiple people because I feel like if I'm going to put my energy and effort into a person for like 2 or 3 months, I feel like I'm wasting my time by putting all that time into one person as opposed to kind of like widening the pool a little bit to see if I'm more accurately fit with one of them versus just sticking to one and it's a total dud and a total waste. So, Mr. L, Guanin, why is everybody in darkness? Put your lights on.
Well, I've been driving, so, and I'm not at home. But what's up, everybody? My apologies for the late arrival.
Yeah, right.
Uncle duties.
Yeah, Uncle Duties, man. Family first.
Now that you're here, introduce yourself to the people's dem, and then I'm gonna pull you into the question after the gentlemen have answered the question. So
Cool. Well, what's going on, everybody? I am Mr. L, the host of From the Mind of Mr. L podcast. I am the sensual sadist, the southern gent with a sprinkle of filth, the compassionate dom. I am Mr. L.
and for those of you who don't know, we are the smuttest Justice League. We are the smutty Avengers. We are the smutty Justice League. We are the smutty Avengers. That's how we're doing it. That's how we do it.
That's how we riding with it.
So
We unite.
the question right now is, do you think that it's better, just on personal opinion alone, not general consensus, is it better to date one person at a time or date a couple of people to kind of broaden just to cast a wider net, let's say? Val,
cool.
Your pen are making me nervous. Come, you're twitching up the pen. Come, Val. Come, Val.
My thoughts are flying. This is a little bit complicated only because, and I know you said I have to see it from the way that I see it.
Yes.
So from the way that I see it.
Hold on. Not as a dating guru, not as a dating specialist. For you personally, the way that you see it. Yes. Yeah.
So the way that I see it personally, if I'm talking to somebody who is talking to, 3 or 4 different guys or whatever, I have no control over that because all we're doing is talking, first and foremost. You're on your own journey, just like how I'm on my own journey, for example, So I would have to respect it. I'd have to respect it. I would just ask them to be honest with me, to let me know, as opposed to me like finding out in a weird way. That's it.
Slim, what are your thoughts on that? For you personally, are you more with the idea of dating just one person at a time or dating a couple of people?
I used to be like that, like one person at a time. But at this point, for me, it honestly depends on how much energy I'm receiving from that person. So, for instance, if I just, go to, meet you or whatever, we just start really like kicking it. I may have, 2 or 3 because I have no commitment to you. You have no commitment to me. You could not answer my phone call tomorrow. So like you said, I don't really want to put all my energy in you if I know you got other things going on. But if I see as time go on, you start trying to, spend a lot of your time with me or dedicate, give me a lot of your time, give me your energy, then, and I'm feeling you, and it's mutual, then yeah, I'm going to start cutting off everything else behind because I know that I feel like you're ready. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready because you're giving me that time. But if you just checking in here, I'm breaking you off here and there, then I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing because you're going to keep doing what you're doing. You know what I mean? That's how I would hope, at least. You know what I'm saying? I would hope that if you are expecting me to only date you, that you're giving me only all of you and only you. You know what I'm saying? That's if you're giving me all of you, then yeah, we could do that. You know what I mean? But if you give, Dick, Tom, and Harry get to see your ass too on my off nights or whatever, then I'm gonna keep you at a distance, bro. Like that's how it is.
Mr. L, can you get like an interior car light or something, fam? Like you're just like in darkness. It's kind of creepy.
I don't even see your teeth.
Right? Not even the reflection of the glasses, like nothing. Hello, sir. Is he even
I
there?
think he muted. I think
you
he's
missed
muted.
it?
Yeah, I'm glad I was. I was talking shit about y'all. No, I'm joking. I would never. I would never. But no, I was saying I'm outside in nature. Like it's a nice day. It's a nice night out, and I'm just out here chilling, just
You're
enjoying
outside?
it. Hmm?
Did they kick you out of the house? Is that why you're outside in darkness?
Well, yeah, I'm outside because I'm not at home, and so not everybody needs to hear this conversation when it comes to family. But
You don't traumatize the children's. I get it.
exactly. My parents wouldn't be. They wouldn't be. Surprised. They would, but we'll get to that a different day. I guess this is my turn to talk, huh?
Yes,
So, for myself, it all boils down to what each individual defines as talking and dating. I'm only dating one individual person. That's just me personally. If I'm dating you, you're the only person I'm dating. Um, if I'm talking to you, then it can be you and whoever else, and then it's just whoever else the vibe feels right with, and it's feel like it's going good. And then that's when I take it to the next level, and now we're dating. Because if I'm dating you with an intent. I'm not just a person who just like, oh, we're just gonna go out a few times. We're gonna go out and hang out. We're just gonna be friends, or we're gonna be boo things, situationships, some shit like that. But if I'm dating you to get to actually know you. I'm spending a lot of time, well, a lot more time with you. My focus is you getting to know you as a person, learning you, observing you, and vice versa. I would expect the same for me. And also, like when it comes to dating, I don't like being number two. I've never liked being number two. I'm a number one person. Now, even if I'm dealing with somebody who, let's say, they're in an open relationship and they have a man, I still like being number one. I will, even although I'm number two, I'm number one. It's number one to me.
Hold on one second.
How?
Yes.
Hold on.
How?
I just make sure I heard
I'm
that
glad you
correctly.
asked. I'm
You
glad
said
you
if
asked,
you
Slim.
date someone, and even if she has a man, you still want to be number one?
Oh, bro. Oh,
All right,
man. You
so in that sense, like I understand. Hey, listen, that's home. That's cool. But when you need your fixing, I'm gonna put it down. First of all, one to the point where you're gonna continue to want it. Like, yeah, your man giving it to you, but at the same time, you're like, dang, I kind of got an itch for Mr. L, so I'm gonna go scratch that itch because like I need that itch scratch, something like
Yeah, but
that.
that ain't number one. At least not to
Yeah,
me. You
that's
know what I
number
mean?
one in what I'm trying to get out of it.
Oh, I got you.
Because like, if it's an open relationship, I am, and that's your solid person. Like, I already know this has an expiration date on it, whatever we got going on. So I understand at the end of the day, that's your person, cool. But during the times that I am in that mix, I'm gonna make sure I put everything down, even my
Oh,
words and everything that I say is gonna make sure that I am solidified as the
oh my
number one.
God. Yeah, you funny,
I'm
bro.
Slim dying over here. Come, Slim, talk the things, them. What 'em, what 'em.
I mean, my experience, man, if Shorty got a man or something else going on and you playing the side position, because that's what it is. We talk about side chicks.
Yeah.
We be side niggas too.
Oh,
You
of
know what I'm
course,
saying?
man. I've been the side dude, and I've laid up with a chick and talked about her man problems with her. Like,
See, it's crazy. I don't
y'all
do
need to
that.
work it
I,
out.
I won't. No, I won't do that at all, yo. Like when I'm
That was
like,
my savage
I
years.
won't ever do that. But for me, like, I just have no expectations. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
in the sense, if I'm laying with you
Oh,
consistently, I must like
oh,
something about you, like something about you a little bit. But at the same
right.
time, if I know in the back of my mind that you got somebody at home and you every time you see me, you're in a time frame or whatever the case may be, I gotta protect myself at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I even get my
Of course.
expectations up? You know what I'm
So
saying?
even with that, I'm not getting emotionally involved though. That's the thing. So therefore, I'm cutting those expectations off
Out.
as far as that. I'm separating the emotion because, like I said, I know it's an expiration date. It's cool. I
Yeah,
respect that you got what you got going on at home, and even
yeah.
if I know your man or not, like I'm gonna be respectful depending on how he acts towards me, if I know him or not. Um,
You be trying to convince her to leave a man though?
nah, I would never do that. Nah, especially if I like you said, I don't know about Val, but we've been a side nigga before. Slim, I'm pretty sure you just said it yourself. But like and it's all about knowing your role. It's cool. I'm getting what I wanted out of the deal. you know. So I would never be like, yo, you need to leave your man. Now I've taken women from their men, but I never started off as a side position. It's been more like, all right, either just talking to her or a friend or something like that. But then I never go in as a side nigga. I always go in a friend perspective or just straight at it like, yo, this is what it is, something like that.
So I have a question on that. So what if you start to develop feelings for the person, knowing that they're not going to leave the relationship? Do you end things with that person?
I think that's
myself personally, or
yeah, go ahead.
Yes, Mr. L, this is for you. Yeah.
That's, you know how like you kind of have rules for yourself. That's one of my rules. Is like, I'm not going to get that involved or emotionally. If I do feel like that, then I'm definitely stepping away. There's nah. Okay. I would, like I said, I would never want them to leave that person because one, you found somebody who is willing to venture out and do this with you, like open relationship type deal, for instance, right? That's great. That's a different type of love and appreciation, all that stuff, I think, between two people. So I would never like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh yeah, I'd give you the, you know, be like, I'm okay with the option of us being in an open relationship or X, Y, and Z. So like, I just might not be the man for you. I think that love is something different. So I wouldn't come in between that.
I mean, I wouldn't come in between it. Like, all right, here's my thing. So if I'm laying up, like I said, with you consistently, there's something I like. You know what I mean? I must like you a little bit. You know what I mean? If it's consistent, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, and let's say, and I don't care what nobody say, you know, you spend enough time around anybody, especially in intimate setting, feelings will develop at some point, whether you got to fight them or not. You know, they still going to develop. I may want my side chick or this chick who got a man. I may deep down, I may want her to leave her man and be with me. I may really want. I may want that, but I would never tell that. That's something she would have to do on her own regard. She would have to come to that decision on her own. I would never push that because if you leave him and then, you know, now you slide over here, you know, and let's say you got a bad day, I don't live up to your expectations, then it's like, well, blah, 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 blah. Like, nah, shorty, like you gotta come to that on your own. You know what I'm saying? And then we could, you know, see what happens. But you know, I would never push it or expect it or anything. I mean, I may want it. You know what I mean? I may say, hey, you deserve a little bit better, but I ain't gonna.
Val, what are your thoughts on that? If you're with somebody that has a somebody and that's like their mainstay person and you start to develop feelings,
you know, while Mr. L and Slim were speaking, the only question that I kept getting in my mind, and Slim kind of sort of hit on it too. I was thinking, what if, you know, this person is putting it down on you, like for real, you're loving whatever she's giving you, you know, afterwards, okay, granted, you went into it with your frame of mind, this is all I'm trying to get out of it, that's it, you know, the deal, we have the conversation, that's it, you know, but then y'all start just having conversations, not even forced, just regular conversations, you know, shooting the shit, but shooting the shit becomes something more serious, like gradually, like, what do you want in life, you know, things like that or whatever, and it's not forced. I feel like the emotions are gonna kind of seep into that, you know what I mean? And it's like, okay, I understanding that's not what you went in there for, that's not what your prerogative was. Now it's somewhat changing because of your emotions. So you recognize that, right? Are you still gonna leave because that's not what you set out to do? And I'll answer it first. It would be tough for me to do that. You know what I mean? Like we talk about this all the time, guys. Like I think mental is very interesting. You have to satisfy my mental so I can even be close to wanting to like get in the bed with you kind of thing, you know, before I was married. So that I feel like that's gonna make me break down what my arrangement was and continue trying to talk to this individual. But like Mr. L said, like Slim said, it has to be their decision. I'm not going to be like, y'all, just break up with him, you know, let's get together, let's do this. Like, no, I can't. I'm not going to do that. I feel like that's kind of like less of a man. You know, you're not supposed to do that. You leave that up to her. That's her decision. But yeah, that's what I think. What do y'all?
If you and I have an arrangement and agreement and I start to feel some type of way about that, I end it and cut myself off because my intention wasn't to be a hindrance to your relationship, And not because now, like, I'm really starting to like you and I start to feel some type of way, I'm going to allow that to affect it or affect me. If I feel like it's starting to affect the arrangement that we have in the agreement, I will have a conversation with you and say, like, look, this is going somewhere that I didn't think that it was going to go. I'm not asking you to leave or change your situation, but I can't continue to do this feeling the way that I feel, and I'm out. Like, I'm not gonna, because I feel like if I stay, I'm putting myself at risk of getting my feelings hurt because I'm going to continue to develop deeper feelings. And I can't have the expectation that you walk away from your situation because that's not what we agreed to.
Yeah, I think Erykah Badu got a song called Next Lifetime. And if y'all need to really listen to the lyrics of that song, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you really listen to the lyrics to that song, she's talking to her side nigga the whole time in that song. You know what I'm saying? And she's saying like, yeah, I want to be with you. You know what I mean? I think her last line is like, I'm a whole lot of women, but I'm not enough to divide the pie. You know what I'm saying? So she's saying like, the chorus is saying like, if maybe the next lifetime, but this one, we can't do it this time. You know what I'm saying? It's too much. And I agree with that 100%. You know what I mean? Sometimes like you meet somebody and they the one for you, yo. You feel it, they feel it, but they caught up. Yo, what can you do, yo? You gotta either play your position on the outside and be respectful, or walk away, or you know what I'm saying? But what can you do,
man? So I'll tag in real quick and then we can move on probably. But so I myself have never been in a position where I might have been doing something else with a chick who had a man, right? I've never been in a position that I've ever like became emotionally attached. So all this is hypothetically speaking. Like AJ said, I already have it in my mind. Like, we have an agreement. This is what it is. Now, if we were cool before all this started and then it jumped in, like, as long as those emotions don't get attached, we're good. Even if emotions get attached on her end, and I'm just gonna be like, yeah, yo, listen, this is what it was. This is what it's supposed to be, especially if it's not the mutual feeling on myself. I will nip that in the bud right then and there. But like, it's one of those things where I like have every person y'all slept with, you've been emotionally attached to, even after, like, let's say 5 times. Right? So after 5 times, right?
I don't
If
agree.
you've had sex with a person.
I don't know if Val and I are the savages, but Val and I are like,
No. And so that's what I'm saying. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I might be a little bit of a menace, but it's like, so because Slim brought up the thing with, like, if you're consistently doing this and y'all are talking this, that, or other, like, conversations only go but so far with me when in this situation. Like, yeah, cool, you can ask about what I plan on doing in the future, because I can ask one of y'all that, right? We're not sleeping together or anything, but I can ask because I'm invested in you as a person, not because I'm attracted to you. And that's the same thing, that the mindset that I take in with sex. Like, I'm asking you, the person, not you because we're having sex and we're trying to get emotionally attached and things like that. So there's a mental cutoff for me personally where I don't even let it get anywhere near an emotionally attachment for either one of us.
Yo, Mr. L, you a bad motherfucker, because you the only nigga I know who can control her emotions.
Say that one more time.
I said, you a bad motherfucker, because you the only nigga I know who can control her emotions. You gotta teach me how to do that shit.
I mean, bro. I ain't say that you can control. I just say I'll stop it right there. I just tell you what it is. If you start feeling some type of way, I'm just like, hey, listen, relax. Like, this is what we said, and if you can't comply with this, then that's it. I'm not gonna continue to do this, because I don't want you to leave your man. If that was the case, then I would have let that been known from day one or something. Like, yo, I'm coming to take you from your man.
That's the thing that is, like, when it gets to that point where either one of us start, like, going down that emotional spiral, nah, we
and
you can leave your man. You can leave your man. I don't care, but
you won't be getting with me.
I'm not.
You won't be getting with.
But you said you won't be getting with her, right?
Won't be getting with me.
Right. Listen.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like, you can leave your man, but I'm not gonna push it. You know what I mean? You gotta be. If you talking to me, I feel like, or not me per se, but if you just talking to anybody outside of your man, something must be fucking wrong. You know what I mean? At some point, a little bit, right? Because what you giving me the time of day? Why would you be giving me?
So in some situations, there are people who are in open relationships.
Yeah.
You know, so that is also an option. It's not just like
but if you're in an open
cheat.
relationship, then the whole idea of leaving, you wouldn't want to leave your man, I would imagine. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
And that's what I'm saying. It's just like, if that's the case, then I would never be like, yo, yeah, leave your man, because he trusts you to a whole different level to be able for y'all to have an open relationship. Now, if I'm the side nigga or something, that's what you're talking about. Then yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay, so we're going to move on.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
Thanks. Okay. You have to listen very carefully to this one. Okay?
Oh, shit. I've been drinking.
If you can give your partner only 3 qualities forever, would you pick loyalty, them being frugal, wise with money, super sexual, beautiful, intelligent, or family oriented? I'll give it to you again one at a time, and why? Who wants to go first? Who's going first?
Can you say it one more time? I'm gonna type it in the chat just so
Okay.
Perfect, my man.
If you can give your partner only 3 qualities forever, would you give them loyalty, being frugal, good with money, super sexual, beautiful, intelligent, or family oriented, and why? Why are you picking those 3 things?
Okay, so can I ask you one question before we jump into the...
Absolutely.
All right, when you say super sexual, right, on a scale of like can you dive deeper into that?
Like,
I forgot who we talking to. This is my man.
No, I mean,
they will suck the skin off your dick any and anywhere you like.
So the thing, the reason why I asked that is because, all right, and then I'm only gonna spend like 1 minute on this, because there's like vanilla sex and then there's regular, and then there's like the extra shit, you know.
No vanilla. Dirty, nasty, sloppy, porn star, wet, more wet, slippery, right. Sloppy, dutchy.
Gushy. That gushy, nasty stuff.
Nasty.
So either that, or I'm trying to compare what, if they weren't super sexual, then what quality would they have sexually, I guess.
Hi, sir. You're digging too deep.
All right, okay, I'm gonna leave it alone then. All right, I'll go ahead, y'all.
You're digging too deep. There's not peak deep.
I'll let somebody go ahead and jump in on that one.
So for me, I'll take it first. Okay. All right. So if I get my
You got what the options are?
Yeah. My man
was
a genius.
You pick your options. You have to say why you pick those particular things.
I got you.
And I know that I thought of like all the different things that you could have in a person, like, you know, a good listener, good communication, all blah, blah, blah. But I picked these for a specific reason. So I want to know of your list and what you pick, why you pick those particular things. Okay? So again, loyalty, being frugal, good with money, super sexual, beautiful, intelligent, or family oriented. Pick 3.
And this is my partner, right? My partner.
This is your forever person. You're forever person.
Okay. So I would pick intelligence.
Okay.
Because I need somebody with a half a brain at least.
Only half?
I mean, at least.
Okay.
At the very, I need somebody with a brain.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I consider myself a bit of a worldly person, and if I'm talking about politics or something or this, that, I need you to be able to either A, contribute or be intelligent enough to listen. Okay? So intelligence. For me, loyalty is definitely in there.
Okay.
Because I need to, like I said before, I need to know you got my back when my back is turned and I'm not looking at you. I need to know that you're going to hold me down. And the last one, I mean, I ain't got no plans on having no more babies, so get that family shit out of here. And
all right, so I'm going to stop you right there, Slim. I'm going to stop you right there, right? Just because family oriented doesn't necessarily mean that they want more kids.
Mr. L.
Okay. My bad.
You're right. But that's what I'm thinking about it. And probably, yeah, I'm gonna need you to be nasty, yo. I'll take that super sexual because the beauty, you know, I could get past all that. what I'm saying? Frugal, you're intelligent, you know how to spend that bread. And yeah, I'll take the super sexual because I got a high sex appetite. I have this high sex drive.
So intelligence, loyalty, and super sexual.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Who's taking next? Val, Mr. L?
I'll go next.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So, one more time?
I asked if you have the list. You know what the options are?
Yes, gotcha.
Yeah, it's in the chart.
Okay.
So, if I can give my partner these things. Okay.
Yes.
So, the first thing that I will want to have, intelligence, definitely. I'm honest, I'm with Slim on that, definitely. I need to be able to be intelligent in order to be able to lead. I want my partner to be a leader as well, but if she can't see me as intelligent to lead, then hey, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Next, I'd have to put frugal, which means good with money, like you said, AJ. Just because you're intelligent doesn't mean that you're intelligent when it comes to money. So that's the way that I see it. I'd have to put frugal in there. We're trying to build a legacy here, so got to be good with that money. The last thing, I can't put super sexual because I'm already super sexual. But anyways, I would have to put it has to be family oriented. Okay. I want my person to know that, like, just like Mr. L said, it doesn't necessarily mean like you're trying to continue to have kids and things like that, but I want them to know that family is important. So if your family members have birthdays, like, I'm going to remember to say happy birthday. You know, I'm going to send them a card, you know, something of that nature. A lot of people like that. I like doing it too. It just makes things so much better. So that's all I got.
And Mr. L, what are your three choices for your forever partner?
So I would like to say that I am that guy during game night where I'm going to make you give me the specifics. Like, so that's why I said like the family oriented joint. Oh man. Right. So I'm going to try and remove that guy right now and just give three. Because like to me, I'd have been like,
no, for you, I'll give specifics. I was just saying that when the guys are answering individually, let them answer as they will.
Got you. So
I can give you.
No, I'm good. I'm good. Because like I want to say family oriented would be in there because like a person who's family oriented, you don't have to worry about loyalty. They're gonna be loyal. But like that doesn't necessarily mean that's the case. But so loyalty will be my first thing. If you're loyal to me, I'm loyal to you. We make anything happen. Just about. Like Slim said, you got my back when my back is turned. The sky's the limit for us. Right. You know, loyalty, there's so many things that fall underneath that. Because like if you're loyal to me, you believing in me also. So yes, loyalty is number one. Beauty fades, so I'm not worried about that. As long as you know you're a nice little 6, you cute, you know, you ain't gotta be fun and say you ain't gotta be a dime, you know. You like to me, you'd be a dime. So it'd be like, you know, you cute, boo, we good. Let's rock with it. You ain't gotta be Halle Berry or Kelly Rowland. It's all good. So I'm gonna take beautiful out of it.
Those are your favorite girls?
Maya is my celebrity crush. I've had a crush on Maya since I was little. I'll fight any nigga for Maya. I'll shoot you too. But anyways,
I'll suck a fart on her butt, nigga.
Nigga, I'm the one who put the corn in her butt. What you mean?
You didn't hear the man just say he would suck anybody for Maya? Try don't talk about her butt.
Yeah. You gonna come to Jersey, come see me.
Be knocking on your door like, yo, Slim, we need to talk. All right, so like I said, I'm taking beautiful out. I'm actually gonna take super sexual out also. Because to me, especially when it comes to love and in a relationship, marriage, lifelong partnership, whatever, I'm not basing everything, or at least the main thing, strictly off of sex. Like that's why I asked about the vanilla sex joint, because like I can still enjoy vanilla sex even as freaky as I am. I can still enjoy it. There's a time and a place for it. And so as long as we get some kind of sex, you know, a head is involved and, you know, a couple other things, it ain't got to be the super freaky deaky, you know, suck the corn out your butt shit. But So yeah, I'm taking super sexual out. I have loyalty. I'm going to take intelligent as my second one. Um, I'm not the smartest kid in the classroom, but I have a lot of common sense, a lot of street smarts, and some book smarts as well. So I need you to match that. We can learn from each other. That's what I love doing. I love learning from my person. So if it's somebody that I can learn some stuff, or if I don't know something and you know it, that's great. I'll take that. So intelligence. And also if you're intelligent, then you're gonna be smart with money. So I don't gotta worry about you being frugal. Um, but, huh?
No, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, you're right. That's not always the case, but I'm banking on that. That's what I'm banking on. And last but not least, is gonna be family because I'm very family oriented. I love my family to death. Uh, enjoy being around them and everything. As y'all saw, I was late because of family. So nothing comes before that for me, other than God. Nothing comes before family. So you give me loyalty, intelligence, and family, we good to go.
Okay. Right then. Thanks, guys. Okay. So we're gonna talk. You know what? We'll do the video last because I feel like that's gonna be like a heated topic. We'll do the video, but I do want to discuss another video that I saw. I didn't send it to the group. I'm not sure if everyone has seen it. So there's a video that's gone viral where a mother and daughter are talking about the fact that they basically share everything, and the mother has shown her daughter her sex videos, and the daughter has shown her mother her sex videos. Now, I have adult children. That sounds so weird. It feels like an oxymoron. I have adult young people living in my house. And under no circumstances, under God and the universe, would I ever show my daughter or my son a video of me, willfully, a video of me fucking anybody at any time in life. Not even their dad, and they know how we made them. You understand what I said? Yep. That's just weird to me. But I'm not everybody. So I wanted to ask you, gentlemen, your opinions. If you were involved with a woman that you knew had this type of relationship with her daughter, where she shows her daughter your sex tapes, she talks openly about the way that you guys have sex, and vice versa, would that be a turnoff or a deterrent to dating her?
I'll take this one.
Yeah, go ahead, Mr.
My bad. You sure?
Yeah, you got it. I ain't got much to say about this. This was short and sweet.
So, if she's showing our sex tapes, yes. Like, no, we're not doing that. I'm not sitting here. That's something I'm not gonna show my sons. I for damn sure can guarantee you that.
Sideways, like I know which way you curve, stepdaddy.
Yeah, you know. Now, if it's, I think if it's like conversations. Now, if it's like conversations, then that can be different. You know, because I think that everybody talks about sex. You know, depending on how detailed they go into. Because like maybe you can attest to this. I don't know. I've never been in the room with all women, but y'all just so happen to talk about, you know, the things that y'all do sometimes during sex. And at some point when your daughter gets that age, or your son, for the fellas, gets that age, and y'all get in there, y'all start talking about sex in general, and you're pitching in like your part in some of the things you've done or whatever. Like,
absolutely not. When my daughter is with her friend, I leave the room. I have no business being part of that conversation.
So no. So, like, say if it's, I've just seen it like in especially black households where like the aunties get together and the mama, and then after the daughters get to a certain age, you know, they have their girl talks. You know, now it's up to the daughter where she's like, you know, I don't want to hear that. But for me, I don't want you showing your daughter, you know, our sex tapes or anything like that. Nah, I'm good. We done, because I think that opens up the door for a lot of different things, and I don't want those different things happening or even trying to happen. So nah, I'm good with that. That's a level of, I don't even know if I consider that freaky. That's just some shit that I'm not with. You know, like I said, if y'all sitting there like, oh, let me tell you what Mr. L did like last night, like, nah, we good. Like my parents have 9 kids. My dad we joked sexually before. Like I remember one time we were at a hotel and we were getting off the hotel elevator, going to the pool. Everybody else was already at the pool. Me, my pops, my moms were on the elevator. As a gentleman, she gets off first, and then we follow behind. And all I hear out of my dad's voice is like, look at that thing jiggling right there. you know, some shit like that jokingly, cool, I can deal with that. I mean, still, I was like, all right, Pop, I don't want to hear that shit. Like, come on. But like, if it's something like that, cool, that's fine. Sex tapes, no, I'm good. And I would like to ask you a question, AJ, after everybody goes through this, similar pertaining to this, but yeah.
Are you gonna remember? You want to ask me now?
Go next.
I'll wait. I can remember.
Okay. Yeah, Slim, take it. I was gonna get to Val because Val looks like he wants to throw up.
So for me, that shit is fucking sick. I mean, personally, that's the only way I could say it. That's sick. If I walk in a room and I don't give a fuck how old, if I'm dating a chick or screwing a chick and her daughter could be an adult. She better be an adult, number one, if she's gonna show the video. But even in that point, I would still be like grossed the fuck out. I'd be like, yo, what the fuck is going on here? Like, it would be weird to me. I'll probably have to start smashing everything at that point because it would like Mr. L said, I think they've opened too many doors for too much weird shit going on. Mid-stroke, I'm be thinking, why the fuck did she do that? You know what I'm saying? As far as like, you know, my appearance go, now that I'm, you know, I got 3 brothers and 1 sister. We all adults. Everybody's an adult. You know, my sister, today was her prom, matter of fact, she just turned 18. My father has, you know, told me about a past sexual experience before that he's had, but not my mom. You know what I'm saying? Like, he told me, oh, you know, one day back when I was in the Navy and blah, 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 blah. Like, but he waited till I was an adult. And, you know, the type of person I am, as y'all can see, I'm a very, you know, sexually candid person. I think he's noticed that about me, so he feels comfortable like having this conversation and whatnot.
He tells you his whole stories, basically.
Right. Yeah. Pretty much. So like, you know, I could dig that, but even then we keep it. He's still light on his details. You know what I mean? A lot of it, I just got to fill in the blanks with shit that I know. You know what I'm saying? Like, he won't say it, but he'll leave and let me fill in the gaps so I know what it is. And that's just out of respect. I mean, I just, you know, but nah, if a woman was showing off pictures, even detailing it in a verbal conversation with her daughter in the room, nah, because I got a daughter. I got a 7-year-old. And I'm thinking, like, if her mom ever did some shit like that, you know what I mean? Yeah, it'd be a fucking problem, a huge problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would look at it like she was crazy. So, nah, I can't give it
that. Okay. Mr. Val?
My face will say everything. That's just...
You like this question from my after question. You're like, what?
Val's face the whole time.
Nah, I'm with Mr. L. I'm with Slim on this. No, I think 97.3 Vibe said this earlier. There has to be a line, you know.
Yes.
Mr. L said
in the building.
Like, if you're having the conversations about sex and all that stuff, or whatever, and they're of age kind of thing, that's totally different. But if you're showing them like your sex tape and all that stuff or whatever, that's out of pocket. That's a huge deterrent. I would not be able to deal with that. I believe Mr. L said earlier, Mr. L and Slim said, like, that just leads to too many possible doors that can open that you don't even want to even think about opening. So, nah, that's gone for me. That's quiet.
Mr. L, wait, what question you want to ask me now, sir? What is it?
Okay, so, one, everything shouldn't be put on social media. I agree. There are some things that just cross a line. That should, you know, you can text to your group chat or something. So this was a few days ago on Twitter, and I asked you this, and fellas, if y'all want to jump in on it, because me and you talked about the bully that you had encountered and how you wouldn't go over to his place unless, you know, his children were there, something like that, right? Do you have sex when the other person's children are in the house? Because one young lady had she was trying to be funny, I think, also, which I was like, no, you don't joke about this or even put it on the timeline because people are definitely going to frown upon it. And this is something that you can text your homegirls. But she was like that her child, she was in there giving some dude head, and her 15-year-old son walked in and they locked eyes while like dude's meat was still in her mouth. And I'm like, shit. One, why would you put that on the internet? Like, she put it on there in a joking manner. And I'm just like, that's
not funny.
No, not at all. And she's like, help, what should I do? If you really want some help with that, you go hit up your homegirls or your close friends or somebody, a therapist, because bruh can be scarred from that. And then there were people who were just like, yo, you shouldn't be having sex with your kids in the house or with their kids. And I'm like, to me personally, you can have sex with kids in the house. Hell, I know my parents said there's no way in hell that they got to 8 kids without having sex with us in the crib.
Okay.
It made sure that
So
we weren't. They made sure. My bad.
Oh, sorry.
But they made sure that we were probably in the other rooms on the other side of the house, sleep. They had their door locked, TV up, music up, or something like that. So what are you? I'm curious. What are y'all's takes on that?
So in regards to that specific situation, I was aware that his teenage son was home. We were in a room where the door was locked and the music was up. I'm loud as fuck. We'll just put that out there. But I tried to be respectful with the level of noise and the level of noise. Yeah, I don't make that a practice. Like if I'm coming to your yard, because I don't generally have people come to my house because somebody's always here. But if I'm coming to your yard for like them particular reasons, and I know somebody's at home, whether it's a young person or an adult, that can't happen. Because I don't like public embarrassment. I would die to know that I have hood all in my mouth and somebody's youth walks in and we lock eyes. One, if your penis doesn't shrivel up, something's wrong with you. Two, as the kid leaves, I'm packing my shit up and going the fuck home, blocking you and never talking to you again, because that to me is just absolutely crazy. Like, you know your kid is home and you're not in, that's,
like, you have to take those precautions. Why didn't you lock the door? I understand, kid, if there's a closed door, knock. But even as a child or a teenager, that doesn't always happen.
And as far as her putting it out on so what I found recently with social media is people like their 15 seconds of fame or their 15 minutes of fame. People like to publicly shame themselves for the hype. I'm not about that. If I know something like that has happened, and especially if my son has been traumatized, I'm not putting that on the internet on the off chance that one of his friends sees that shit, and then he's gonna get teased and harassed about. Not, yo, guy, your mom was caught. You saw your mom sucking dick, fam. Like, how did you like? No, I'm not. No, I'm good. I'm absolutely good. I also wanted to say before anybody else answers. Okay, so as far as the mother-daughter thing, I believe that there are conversations that you should have with your young people about sex. I think that there are appropriate conversations that you can have with your young people about sex. Going to the extent of showing them you taking cock, absolutely not. That's just crazy. If it is that they need to see a video of sex itself, show them porn, show them somebody else. It should not be you. That's just absolutely crazy to me. I've had instances where my kids were young, they found my dildos between my mattresses, so we had to have a conversation, embarrassing or otherwise, to explain what it was and why mommy has penises between her mattresses. That's a whole other conversation. But then to take the embarrassment out of them, you have to explain to them what masturbation is about at an age-appropriate understanding for them. Beyond that, me saying, okay, well, here's, like saying to my daughter, hey, come look at me taking some dick last night and all the positions I cocked up myself in. Who's doing that? Where do they do that at? Apparently in Alabama, because that's where them two people live, but no.
Yeah, that's wild. I mean, for me, listen, if I'm coming in to, break you off something and your son or daughter's home and it's your house and they're home and you're still inviting me over to come do what I gotta do, yeah, I'm gonna still do what I have to do, regardless of you. Whether your son is there now, if your son is up in the living room,
lock the door, turn the water on.
Oh yeah. We're gonna take certain precautions. We're gonna take certain precautions, but I'm not also gonna not do that because you wouldn't. You know what I mean? You called me over here. Yeah, man. If you got a smaller house and your kid, you in an apartment and your kid right outside at the door watching TV and we in the back room. No, I'm not going to do that. I can play the whole down game and wait till you go to sleep, wait till the lights out, wait till, rig the house ultra quiet. Then we're going to, then I'll do what I got to do. But I'm not, I got enough respect for that little kid to not, you know what I mean?
I'm always going to be cognizant of who's in the house. That does not mean that I'm not going to let happen what needs to happen. I would take the necessary precaution, just like Slim said. You have to take the precaution, you know what I mean? Lock the door, put the music up, run the water, like you said, if y'all want to do it in the bathroom, you know, something, you know what I mean? If I get an inkling, if we even hear some pitter-patter, you know what I mean? I'm not going to be able to continue to perform. It's just, I'm going to be like, oh crap, they're right outside the door. I hear knock, knock, knock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's tough. I know people could do it, but me personally, that's kind of hard. I'd be too cognizant of the kids in the house and all that stuff. Take precautions.
It's different when it's your own kids and you can be like, go back to bed. Like, you know, what do you want? It's different when it's your own them, but when you're in somebody else's yard and it's their picnic them, no, that's not okay. Man,
I don't know.
Because I love Dick, I could not love Dick that much that I would embarrass my children and embarrass myself like that. Absolutely not.
I mean, I find it easy. If I'm going to her house and it's her kid, it's her problem. You know what I mean? Like,
my point is, come out of the chats, you sir. Come on, exit right now.
No, I'm not. No, you misinterpret what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that if she caught me over here knowing the situation, right? That's my point. That's not gonna affect my thought process or the way I perform. You know what I'm saying? Because why would she do that? Now I wouldn't do that to my kid. You know what I'm saying? I got a 7-year-old. I would not do that. She's attached to my hip. I wouldn't do that. But
would you continue seeing that woman knowing that she has that type of mindset where she doesn't care? Like the dick is like so important to her that she doesn't give a shit that her kids are in the house?
What is she doing? That's my point. What are we doing? Like, are we?
For you do have some people who will be like, you know, Johnny, go play your video games. Mommy and her friend are gonna go in the room for a minute to go talk.
Oh no. Like I said, I gotta wait till late night. We're not having. If your son is home, we're not having day sex. Or your kid is home. Period. We're not having day sex. You see what I'm saying? Like we're not doing that until I know that he's in the bed or he gonna be in that room for the next 8 hours. He's gonna come out and make a left to go to the bathroom. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's different. If it's daytime, no, I'm not doing that. No. But at nighttime, that's on you.
Okay. Mr. L, where are we seeing your Bitmoji? Where'd you go?
I'm still here. I had to take care of some kiddos real quick, but I'm still here listening.
Okay.
All right.
So we're rolling into the 10 o'clock hour. We got about 20 minutes or so left. We're going to talk about the video that I sent in the chat, and this video was a post that Val had put in his stories. So essentially, for everyone who is still with us this evening, so essentially the video was, it was one of those like Jerry Springer talk show, something. So it was a 17-year-old young man, had 2 children with this young lady, and did a DNA test to find out that neither one of those, he's 17, neither one of those children are his. Problem number 1. Problem number 2, his mother then proceeds to tell him, it's going to be okay. You're going to continue to do what you've always been doing, and you're going to continue to take care of those babies that are not his. Neither one. So, gentlemen, this might be a sensitive topic. I don't know if it's going to trigger anyone that's following or joined in the conversation right now. My apologies ahead of time, but I just felt like it was a really important discussion. Val, I'm going to ask you first because you posted it and I thought it was a really great. You and I had a conversation about it. I was livid. Mm-hmm. I was like, how dare she? As a mother, and I'm thinking about, I have a 26-year-old son. Anyways. So Val, your thoughts on that? The 2 things: the 17-year-old finding out that those 2 children that were not his, and he had raised them for a period of time, taking care of them with this dirty gal who lied to him not once but twice, and then on top of that, his mom encouraging him on some bullshit. Okay.
So the first thing that came to mind right when I saw the video, like I saw the video in its entirety, I was like, trauma, boom, immediately starts right there. She lied twice, not once, but twice. You know what I mean? And this dude, he was being a good dad. You know, he thought he was the father. He was being there for the kids and all that stuff. What a terrible way to find out. You know, you're on TV at that too. What a way to find out. She had all this time to tell this man, hey, listen, I got something to tell you. You know, you're not going to like it. You know, try to pull him aside, have the conversation, and then they could work from it from there, you know. but you're going to keep this lie going until y'all get on TV and then the truth is revealed. All right. So that's just fucked up. That messes up the trust. Again, I know you said at the top that this could be triggering for people. I just think that's fucked up. That it's fucked up, legit. You know, there's no other way to put it, in my opinion. For the mother, the man's mother, to tell him, you know, continue to do what you've been doing and all that stuff, whatever. On one hand, okay, I get it, I understand. You know, you don't want those kids to be fatherless. You know, you've been a father figure this whole entire time. Why stop now? I can understand it from that point. Okay. But don't ignore the whole other point, which is you legit just got lied to. So you're supposed to forget everything twice. You're supposed to just forget that and just keep doing what you're doing. No. If you choose to get there after letting this marinate and all that stuff, whatever, you go through counseling, like we talked about, AJ. If he goes through counseling, you know, and all these things or whatever, if he chooses, it's his decision to take care of those kids moving forward, then that's his prerogative. That's what he chooses to do. I don't think that the mother should have. I thought that she was pressuring him. That's how I felt. Yes. I don't think that she should have pressured him into making him feel as if he needs to stay there and take care of the kids that are not his, that he just got lied to twice about.
Yeah. Yes.
That's my opinion.
Okay, wait. So there's a comment. Hold on one second. Oops. So where's Kia? The boy is definitely hurt, but you can't blame the kids for mistakes. The kids did nothing, and that's the only father that they know. So basically, she's saying that he shouldn't vanish, that he should still stay there. Okay, so maybe the biological father. Okay, so I respect that comment if it was one child and she had lied to him about one child. But the fact that she had two children and lied to him on two separate occasions about two kids, that's no. No. For me personally, counseling, healing, and moving on. He's 17. So this, I'm gonna be really harsh for a minute. This is my problem with the whole thing. We put this unfair fucking expectation on men that they're supposed to take care of pick-me that's not theirs, instead of asking them if that's what they want to do. Right? If they have an emotional responsibility, if they feel emotionally tied to that child and they want to stay, let them make that decision. No fucking blood clot body on the planet should tell that man that he has to stay. That is his responsibility. This kid, he's a child. He was lied to twice. Not this blood clot gal tricked this boy into mining not one, but two picnic them. That couldn't be my son. I can't. Oh my goodness me. Yes, it has nothing to do with the children. Yes, the kids are not involved. But that mother, she knew and lied to him and brought him on TV to publicly embarrass him. Nah, brother. Sorry, I can't side with that. I can't side with that. There are so many men out there that
some shooters in the parking lot.
Love children that are not theirs, and they are forced to stay. And even if they're not forced, because they're good men and because the woman has lied to them so long that they've developed a bond with this child, they stay regardless, and it hurts them every day because they know that kid is not theirs. And she knows who the father is, but because the father is a sack of shit, she picked somebody else to saddle with that. Let me stop talking because my blood pressure is going up and I don't have.
Yeah, I can see you.
I can see that. We can see that.
Let Slim take over. Let Slim come in with the soothing,
Yes.
Hopefully it calms.
So basically, like this: when it comes to the girl, she's a piece of shit. I think we can all acknowledge that. She's a piece of shit. I agree with you 150%, AJ. If the boy has, and I'm gonna say boy because that's what he is. If he has an emotional connection to these children and he feels obligated and he wants to make that choice on his own independently, then he should perhaps pursue that route. However, I got some objections to that because I know from dealing with a fucking baby mom.
Wait, can I just do one more thing? Just really quickly? in this situation, we always talk about if the shoe was on the other foot. There's no shoe on the other foot for this situation. There will never be a situation where a man has a couple of kids and can wrongfully give them to a woman to say, here, take care of them. That would never, ever happen. And it's an unfair expectation that is placed on men to take responsibility for a child that a woman lied to them about. There will never be a shoe on the other foot where a man can lie and say, here, these 2 kids are yours. No, a woman always, if a man is out there and he gets another woman pregnant, there's no woman that has to stay in that situation to say, well, she has to be there. She can walk away and leave. So why is that? Okay, that's all I want to say. Sorry.
I feel what you're saying. So pretty much I'm saying like this. Because he has to deal with, I'm not sure how old the second kid was. I don't think the video didn't really specify, but I would imagine it had to be at least 6 months old because, the first kid, she ain't popping out that quick. She, if he has an emotional attachment and he feel like he's been there and now he loved this kid, it's oozing out of him, that instinct or whatever the case may be, and he wants to, then I think then he should pursue it. It shouldn't be forced. However, I will say that this boy, I know just scientifically, is not mature enough. His frontal fucking lobe is not developed enough to even make the correct fucking decision. Do you understand what I'm saying? So from that's a whole nother standpoint. Like, yeah, you should be able to make the decision on your own if you want to, but you're not mature enough to make that decision the right way because you don't have the experiences or the knowledge or the know-how to base it in. You don't even know your fucking self yet, honestly. That's number one. Number two is, if he does get through all this bullshit and still say, hey, I want to deal with, you know what I mean? I still want to take these kids. I believe he should adopt sole custody of those kids. I mean, honestly, like he should, because she cannot be fucking trusted. You know what I'm saying? If you try to raise them either in the same household, which I hope he ain't that fucking dumb. I mean, he was broken down, devastated in the video. So I hope he ain't going that route. But even if he try to do it from a distance, you still got to deal with this lying bitch, yo. I hate to say it, and I really hate to say it, but you got to deal with this lying fucking bitch, yo. He has to. And I don't know how my baby mama didn't lie to me, all right? And we had a little bit of resentment coming out the gate. We good now, but at the gate we had a little bit of resentment, both of us. How the fuck don't you hold resentment to the day that you die behind this shit? Like, how do you work with a motherfucker who fucking lied to you? Ain't nothing you could say to me. You ain't getting no fucking, and it's fucked up. I don't know where they was at, but if they was in the United States, especially in New Jersey, especially in Essex County where I live, he'll probably have to pay child support for the motherfuckers. He may have to. That shit has happened to somebody in my family personally, who I know listen, I got a family member who fucking thought this motherfucker was his, and come to find out it wasn't his. And when he went to court later on, after they found out it wasn't his, 99.9, for y'all who ever got DNA tested, I'm never gonna say 100%, say 99.9. 99.9% not fucking his. And the judge is like, look, motherfucker, pretty much, you've been taking care of this baby this whole time. Keep doing what you've been doing. That's fucking crazy. So, you know what I'm saying? I commend that man 150 fucking percent. If he choose to go that route, he's a better man than fucking me, because it couldn't be me. I wouldn't do it. However, I don't even think he's in the right position, predicament. I don't think he got the right mindset, maturity to even really decide if that's the route he wants to go. Like, how could you make a clear, conscious decision in that situation coming off that shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is fucking wild, bro. I feel bad for him. It was a sad video too.
Yeah. So somebody, not somebody, only 1 minute said, don't ruin his childhood because she can't be honest. He can be Uncle Whoever as far as she's concerned. LOL. Yeah. Val, what are your thoughts on that? Did you answer this? Did I go first? I feel like I went on a rant and I don't even know what happened after that.
You blacked out. You blacked out for a second.
You blacked out.
I got, like, all my body temperature went up. I'm so mad. Oh my gosh. Sorry.
Yeah, you blacked out.
Go ahead, Mr. Al.
Yeah. So I agree with 100% what each one of you have said. And I'm going to go just into the comments because we had the one that said, talked about it, like, as the grandmother, you're gonna miss those children and everything. Like, of course. But don't ruin the child.
But you don't have to force your son.
I got you, AJ. I got you. I don't want that blood pressure rising. We good. I got you. I'm gonna come in with my song, my calm, soothing voice, still deliver the message, still deliver the word. So that's cool. If you're the grandma and if you're my mother and you still want to be a part of those kids' lives, that's cool. You do that. Especially after I told you how I felt about it. Like, I'm gonna feel some kind of way about you, signing with that. I get it. I love kids. I love kids to death. Even kids that I don't have any kids, but even kids that aren't my family, I just love them in general. But in this situation,
Hi, sir. What do you think in the background?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's my garbage can.
You only get one time to fool me in this situation. That first time that I found, and the kid's not, and I think he found out both at the same time that weren't his.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
sorry.
A double
Yes.
whammy.
No. The children, it's unfortunate that they're the ones that get caught in the crossfire. I agree, 100%. At the end of the day, I gotta take care of me. I gotta take care of my mental. I gotta take care of my spiritual, my physical being, everything. I've built a bond with those kids, depending on how old they are. Yes. But they're not my kids. There's nothing that is going to force me to stay if I do not want to. And the mother telling him, like, nah, you've been there taking care of those kids, this, that, the other. That's cool. You can give them that information. But if I don't want to be there because those are not my kids, I am not going to be there. I am not going to be there because of your mother. I cannot trust your mother. I can't trust the decisions that she even makes for you, because the decision that she made by lying about who your father is, not only to me, but she lied to you about who your father was. I can't trust her to make those right decisions. So like some say, yeah, if there's a way that he can get custody of those kids, that would be great if he wants to take that route.
If he wants to do that, yeah.
But
no, I wouldn't even do that. I mean, not that I wouldn't do that, but that's a lot, yo. It's a lot.
And I'm not saying, that he shouldn't be a part of kids' life. That's his decision. I know I couldn't do it, because every time I would see those kids, that hurt is going to come back. Where I thought that those were my kids. Like, I thought those two were my kids, but they're not. I don't know if everybody's seen like the movie A Family That Prays by Tyler Perry. So there's a part of the movie where the guy's been married to the woman, and they have like a 7-year-old kid or something like that, somewhere around that age. And he finds out that she tells him, like, no, it's this man who is my boss, and I've been sleeping with him constantly. And he back smacks her over the counter in the diner, and he's upset about it and everything. But he chooses to still. It shows a scene where he's got his business now. He's successful. He goes and he still takes money and drops some money off to the woman for the kid, because like that's been his kid for 7 years. So he's like, I don't have to be in the child's life, but I can make sure the child is good. And I feel like that's probably the route that I would at least take. At anything, that's the route that I would take. Is I'm going to make sure that the kid is good. The kid comes to me and they need something, yeah. If they get older and they ask, why weren't you there? Like, you were our dad. Then I'm just going to have to be honest with them and be like, hey, you either need to go talk to your mom, or I can just sit here and tell you right now, because I can't trust that she's going to tell you the right thing. This is what happened. Your mom told me that I was your dad, but in actuality, this whole time, there's some other men or men out there who are your fathers, and I couldn't do that personally. So it's heartbreaking to see the mom encourage that. And like I said, if she wants to still be in the child's life, that's up to her. She can go, she can visit them, drop them off gifts, things like that. I would never, ever want to see that woman again that I was with. Never. Don't ever in your life. Don't speak to me. If you see me, you walk the other direction, all of that, because I will have that much resentment in my heart.
Yeah,
I'll
she
forgive
me
you,
at the parking
but
lot.
I do not want to see your face ever again.
But the fact that he himself is a child, he's not even legally an adult yet, and had the fortitude and the presence of spirit to take care of those children. Like, as grown people, having one child is tough. Having two is tougher. Being 17, going to school, working, helping to raise two babies to find out that they're not yours, like, it's bizarre to me. And the law that supports that is even more fucking bizarre.
Here's the crazy part.
You honestly have women out there, not everyone, but you have women out there who know that who they fucked and got pregnant for is an ain't shit nigga, and they will go to a next man that they know is a good man, responsible, family oriented, all these good things, and lie to him, or at least fuck him and lie to him and tell him that the child is his, and have this man sign a document to say, yes, the youth is his, do a DNA test, find out the youth is not, and a court will rule and say, now you have to take care of that child, even though I just don't understand how that's allowed to happen. How?
Me neither. But here's the crazy part, like, about her. Like, I'm not trying to be funny, but like you said, there's a very good possibility that she knew who she fucked ahead of time.
Yeah,
and she knew, she probably knew he was an ain't shit nigga, or maybe he was just a flyby, or maybe a fuck boy, whatever the case may be. So she went to respect him, nigga.
Yep.
Clearly. But I'm just saying, everything is worth the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Because has she had that conversation with the first one before the first one was even born, and give him, see, I'm a firm believer in any relationship, especially my relationship with a woman who I'm dealing with in any regards, not just this, but really with this. Give me the option. Don't rob me of the fucking option. Okay?
Right.
Because when you rob me of the option, you're deciding for me. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what the fuck I'm gonna decide. Yeah, I may be mad in the moment, but if you my ace or you my whatever the case may be, now I'm not playing with that twice shit. That's something different. But at least the first go round, you don't know what could happen, bro. Like, I may be able to swallow that pill, you're gonna be on a tight ass leash. You know what I'm saying? But I may be able to swallow that pill and get past that and still take care of Junior or the little girl, whoever the fuck, you know what I'm saying, as my own. You know what I'm saying? I may do that because I'm that good of a guy. However, if you're going to lie about it, that's a whole different, I'm not even talking about it happened twice. The fact that you're going to lie about it, I feel like you robbing me of that opportunity. You're not allowing me to make that decision. Now, I mean, I'm a crazy nigga. I'm going to start thinking about how much money I done spent, how much time I done spent. You know what I'm saying? All types of shit. I'm going to get infuriated.
You don't get that back. So
hell no.
Shiny said, courts are thinking in the best interest of the children. And I get that. But there's more than just the children's lives in this situation. Like, it's not just about those kids. I get that children need a parent. I get that children need their dad. But you don't have the right to saddle a father who is not the father with those children if that's not what he wants to do.
And if that's the case, you hold that mother accountable for lying, in my opinion. She should be held legally accountable.
Yeah,
I really do.
Like, if you don't get a DNA test right away, and I feel like, and as bad as it is, you want to trust your partner, you want to trust the person you're with. In some situations, I'm starting to feel like now they need to do an automatic DNA test at birth, so you know before you sign that document whether or not that child is actually yours, right? Because you have women who will pin that child to somebody just to pin that child to somebody, and that's absolutely crazy. That needs to be changed. Like, you you shouldn't be forcing someone into a responsibility that you're not giving them a choice for. Like,
correct.
How?
Yeah.
He's 17.
It's tough.
Yeah.
You know, I could have maybe seen with them, or even seen with the grandma, if it had been one child and he was lied to, but two kids. That for me is like, that's the pinnacle of it. If it was one child, maybe I wouldn't be as vexed, and I would say, okay, he's 17, he's been doing, if he feels some type of way and he feels that obligation and he wants to say, okay, but this little bitch, I'm gonna call her that, little dirty girl, lied to this young man not once but twice, which means she's fucking steadily on.
So not only did she lie about the kids, but and I'm just going based off assumption, you cheated on me also.
Yeah.
Agreed.
You cheated on me also.
Yeah.
Like, that's so much trust right there out the window. Gone.
You're taking raw dick and got pregnant twice.
Yeah.
Twice.
And you know what? In today's day, I hate to say it.
Cheat on me with a condom. You're taking raw fucking cocky. Like,
from probably more than one guy then.
You can bring something home to me.
So not only have you cheated on me, you've lied about not one but two kids. I've been busting my at 17, still trying to take care of y'all. But you also put my health at risk.
Yep.
And that's why I say I couldn't do it.
You tell her she don't give a fuck, or she was getting smothered out, because why she didn't go get a plan B at the very least? Jesus Christ, two shit's over the counter at $40, man.
we don't know the situation sometimes. It's 50 here. I ain't gonna tell you how I know that, but it's bad when the guys tell you, "Oh, you back again?" Like, damn, my bad. Like,
listen, I ain't gonna. I ain't gonna put my best out there, but
no, but I had to bring some laughter or something into it, get that blood pressure down.
Crush it up and put it in orange juice. I heard that works. I didn't know personally.
AJ,
say that one more time. Hold on, I might need to say that one more time.
Crush it up and put it in her orange juice, or crush it up and put it in her smoothie.
Oh no, I'm gonna be straight. Here you go, babe. There you go. Got your nice cup of water right here. Throw that thing back. Be a trooper.
Okay, come. I need you guys to spread some love and some cheer. It's 10:30. We're gonna do our wrap up. I feel so aggravated right now, but I'm gonna come out of it.
We should have started with this. I don't want to send you to bed.
Honestly, we needed to end with it because I feel like if we started with it, it would have been like I feel like it would have salted up the vibe. I'd rather leave on an angry note than to have started on an angry, because I would have cussed regardless. I don't even want to say I apologize because I know I cussed the holy for blood clots and all them things there, but that's just. It's the
I called all types of bitches. Oh well.
On happier notes, of course, gentlemen, I thank you. I appreciate you guys so much. I know this is our second go around, but I have love for you guys. Like, you guys are like my tribe now. My brother, brother. I got you. I don't know if you guys have anything that's up and coming. I know the world is opening up and life is kind of like doing what it's doing now, and weather's getting warmer and ting. So outside of that, if you just want to let people know again who you are, where they can find you, if you've got shit that's coming up, if you want them, if there's anything that you want them to know, and then I don't know, put a positive word out there, something positive out there.
Oh man, well I guess I'll take the lead. I'm Slim Stay Scheming. Like I said, I'm representing 973 Vibes. We in the building all day. You can find us once again on YouTube, Amazon, Apple Music, Spotify. Everything. I don't have no events going. Unfortunately, I'm in school, so I'm grinding. I ain't got time for that. This is my outlet right here. This is my party that I do right here. I mean, I'm saying, joy don't destroy. Treat yourself. Don't cheat yourself. Pimps up, hoes down. The bitch can't swim. She bound to drizzle. That's it.
I'm sorry. What? What in English, please? What's that one more time?
I said, pimps up, hoes down. The bitch can't swim. She bound to drizzle.
Oh.
You gotta go in your early 2000s bag to understand that.
I can tell you guys I'm older. Like, I don't know the talk you're talking to me. I'm just not there. I'm not there. But I appreciate it. Mr. Val.
Mr. Val.
Yes. So thank you again, everybody that stayed tuned, was talking with us in the chat. Thank you very much. I'm showing love to you guys. Always love to you, Mr. L, Slim, AJ. Everyone, again, my name is Val, and I run dating_Gen YZ. What I'm trying to do is help millennials and Gen Z cultivate the healthy relationships that they deserve. I'm running a series. It's called The Intricacies of Dating and Relationships. So we got a good lineup, but if anybody was interested in joining, please feel free to hit me up. I do sessions as well, coaching sessions, dating, couples, whatever it is. So if you're interested, hit me up. I'll send my price sheet, and I'll leave you with a good note. Honestly, spread love. This world has too much hate in it right now. We need love, so continue spreading love. Feel love, be love. That's all I got.
I like the God. The God is good. The God is good. Mr. L?
All right, so before I do my little outro real quick, I would just like to pat myself on the back. So we like you said, we are the Smutty Avengers. I'm gonna say that I'm Tony Stark of the Avengers, of this Smutty Avengers, because I'm be the asshole, sarcastic one. I already called Deb, sweetheart. You can be Captain America. But I'm gonna pat myself on the back because my man Slim Stay Scheming called me out the other day and was like, "Yo, Mr. L, you need to stop saying my name on the internet like that." He called me by my government. I ain't said it not one time tonight. I was like, "I'm getting."
I appreciate that.
Not once. So, I got you, my brother. I got you.
I appreciate that.
But appreciate you guys listening. I appreciate the three of you, individually and together. I am the host of From the Mind of Mr. L podcast. just as the sound is spelled. You can find me on Instagram, my email from the Mind of Mr. L at Gmail, Twitter from the Mind of Mr. L. Take out the O because Twitter was some bullshit and won't let you use all the characters. But you can find me there. It is a sex positive, entertaining, educating podcast. We did just have yours truly, AJ Badass Jones, as a guest on there last week. There may be an episode dropping this week, so if y'all haven't gone to check that out, go do that. It's a very interesting stuff on there.
Gotcha.
But I am the compassionate dom, the sensual sadist, southern gent with a sprinkle of filth. So come listen, or come while you listen, whichever you prefer. I'm with it. My bit of positivity to leave with y'all tonight: be gentle with yourselves. Continue to do the best that you can. You're doing the best that you can. Don't let anybody talk negative about you. You all are kings and queens. All of that. You are loved. You are loved. If nobody's told you today that they love you, I don't even have to know you. I love you. You matter. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all for listening. I appreciate y'all for existing. We just are still coming out of the pandemic, and y'all survived. Y'all are here. Continue to do great shit. Continue to go out and explore your sexuality. Enjoy some things, experiment. Just don't hurt anybody unless you're into that. But that's my spill. I appreciate you, AJ, Val, Slim.
Word, Joe. Appreciate you, AJ.
So I love you guys. Thank you for the words of positivity. Thank you for doing this, and so this is our second live. We are knocking shit out the fucking park. Let me just say that. Big up. We're awesome. I'm just gonna put that out there. Yeah, I love you guys. Thank you so much for doing this and for sharing everything that you shared. For everyone who joined the live, everyone who stayed in the live, everyone who offered something, everyone who shared something. I'm sorry that we didn't get to all the comments because it's a lot to scroll through sometimes. But we appreciate everyone who contributed. You guys are totally awesome. You totally rock. Thank you for being here with us and doing the live. Peace, love, blessings, light to everybody, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
That.
Definitely appreciate everybody.
Hey, I put my face on like the little Salt Bay, meme or whatever.
That's
like, that's
like this,
Avengers, the Smutty Justice League. That's who we are. I'm gonna make like superhero characters for us. That's
I was just thinking that. Yeah,
we need superhero names. So you can't just be Tony Stark. Like you need it's gotta be a play on.
We'll get something in there. We'll get something in there.
We're gonna develop it. We got 2 weeks.
And our superhero powers. I know what mine are, but on the live because then people are gonna DM me. Who's sending you kisses?
You already know who it is. You already know who it is. You already know who it is.
Your wife is beautiful. She's beautiful.
Thank you. Much.
Y'all have a good night.
And I just love that you guys did the dance in your wedding video. You guys were hype as fuck. I'm just saying. Go watch the wedding video. They were hype.
All right, yo. Y'all have a good night. I'll let y'all later.
All right. Peace. Have a good night, y'all.
So, peoples, thank you very much for being here with us for our second live 3 guys and a girl. Definitely make sure that you follow at Slim Stay Schemin', at dating_GenYZ, and at From the Mind of Mr. L Pod. We will see you guys in 2 weeks. We'll be back with some fabulous questions and some great discussions. Yeah. Talk to you later.